Good morning. Hi, William. If you're speaking, I think you are on mute. William, can you hear me?
Hi, yes. Sorry, I'm back. I had to step away for just a brief moment because the my child is home from school sick today, and
Aw,
well, I say school, it's more daycare. She's 2.5.
yeah. Oh, ah,
Um,
Juice.
I had the baby monitor here on my desk, and she's, kind of like in that in between of like awake but not awake, and I'm like, I need to go this
Yeah.
over to my wife and make sure that if she can get her, she can get her. Because she's not feeling good today and she just wants,
Aw,
yeah.
I'm
And I'm
so
like, I don't
sorry. You're 2 years old. You're just precious.
have.
Aw, I remember those. Right. Right now we're at 25.
Okay.
But I remember too. Yeah, totally different game. But
Mhm.
I everybody is still in the waiting room, so I just thought I'd let you jump on, make sure that everything worked, make sure I could see you, make sure I could hear you. I am Latrice.
It's nice to meet you finally.
Nice to meet you. And I will go ahead and gather everybody. I will introduce you. I'll do just a brief intro, introduce you. You can go from there. And I think in my intro, I'll probably just let them know too that there will be a Q&A once your presentation is complete.
Okay, yep, perfect. Yeah, that's something that I usually is, part of my housekeeping items in the beginning, letting everyone know. And like I'm always also the one that tends to forget my question at the end. Or if I wait, so I always encourage everybody to also, like, hey, if you have a question, go ahead and put it in the chat. I'll read it out loud
Uh,
at the end and answer it. And like, because that's me. If I don't put it in now, I will absolutely forget at the end.
no worries. Well, then I'll hand that over to you. I will just introduce you and I'll let you have at it.
Absolutely. Sounds great. I do just have just two videos in the presentation. I just want to run through and make sure you can hear them okay. Is that all, before we jump
Sure,
in, is that okay?
sure.
All right. Should be this one. Let me make sure that you can hear it all right.
Welcome to Hinge Health, a personalized
Oh,
program.
absolutely.
All right.
Great.
That one's usually pretty good. This next one sometimes doesn't exactly like Zoom all the time. Not that one, but that's me and my
Aw,
family.
oh, how cute.
My daughter's
Love.
a little bit older now than that picture was, but you get the gist there. All
Yeah, super cute.
After my mother passed,
right, on this one?
I had so much
Yeah,
depression.
got it.
Perfect. I appreciate
All
that.
right. I'm gonna start letting everyone in.
Sounds good.
Great.
How many you
Right
think we'll
now,
have
it
today?
looks to be about 100 so far.
Okay.
Good morning, everyone. I know we're about a couple of past 11:30. I am still adding everyone to the group. So if you give us a couple of minutes, that would be great. We just want to make sure that we get all or most people admitted before we get started. So if you give us just a few minutes, we greatly appreciate it. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. We are still gathering, so if you could give us just a few minutes, we appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Hi, Italy from NSU Pharmacy. Te voy a meter una clase para acá. Ya te dije ya que cuando la vayas a hacer me avisan. I can't hear her.
For everyone who is currently on, if you could,
I can't hear her.
if you could please mute your line.
Well, I want to know what the heck is going on. I have mine on mute.
I hear
I don't have
several.
my camera on because it's over my head anyway.
Hi, everybody.
Morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Can everyone hear me? I guess I'll start with that question.
Yes.
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
Good deal. Thank you so much. I think I've gotten just the last couple that are joining the meeting this morning. Good morning. My name is Latrice Preston, and I am the strategic business partner for iCuba. And I'd just like to welcome you all and thank you all so much for joining us. This morning, this webinar will be by our brand partner, Hinge Health, and the presenter will be William Sharp. And I am just going to hand it over to him. He will give you a couple of housekeeping items, and then we will get this presentation started. But again, thank you so much for joining us.
All right, perfect. And thank you so much for the introduction, Latrice. Hello, everyone. Again, my name is William, and I'm joining you here from with Hinge Health, and happy to have you all here and hope you're all having a wonderful day so far. So we'll be spending about the next 20-25 minutes or so going over all the details within the Hinge Health plan and what that all means for you and exactly what you'll get out of it. Now, a few of the housekeeping items that I have for this, please, we will be having a Q&A at the very end of the presentation. So any questions that you have, I'm the one that tends to forget what my question is if I wait until the end. So please go ahead and just pop it into the chat. I do promise that I will read it out loud and answer all the questions at the end, and any questions that do come up at the end as well. Now, when it comes to the questions, I do ask that you please keep these to more program-related specific topics or any questions that you might have during the presentation, rather than medically specific topics to yourself. For your own privacy, again, that's the reason why I'm asking that, because those are more questions that are better suited for your actual care team members, specifically your PT, when you're working with us in the program. So again, without further ado, we'll go ahead and get started. So today, we'll be covering a variety of information here, which will include what exactly is Hinge Health. We'll also cover program highlights where we'll discuss how exercise therapy and technology are both here to help you overcome your muscle stiffness and pain and how they both correspond with each other. And then we'll also introduce you to some of our care team members and their roles and functions within your journey here at Hinge Health. And then we'll also talk a little bit about two of our members who have benefited from the Hinge Health program so far and what their experiences were like. And then we'll wrap some things up at the end. So first up, I want to talk a little bit about what Hinge Health is so we can also be on the same page. So how Hinge Health came to be, I first like to kind of start with our co-founders, Dan Perez and Gabe Mecklenburg. They both have histories of musculoskeletal injuries, so they very well understand where everybody's coming from and that it's not a one size, healthcare is definitely not a one size fits all, especially when it comes to recovery and just feeling better overall. They both underwent surgery and completed 12 months of physical rehabilitation afterwards. Now, the frustrations that they felt throughout their journey and their recovery made them both realize that, you know, they kind of got put into a box and that it wasn't really specific to their needs in order to solve their muscle and joint treatment issues that they had. So they also understood that achieving long-term results needed to start with setting a goal or multiple goals, depending on how severe some of these things are, and breaking these down into an actionable plan. They also knew that there are no shortcuts to a full recovery, and so they wanted to do what they could to really ensure that people would get the personalized care that they needed. And that's when in 2014 they really began to transform the way pain is treated by really making sure that these are more personalized to your individual needs. So Hinge Health transforms the way pain is treated by addressing the root cause of pain, which helps to promote self-management so that really chronic pain is no longer a barrier to living a full and active lifestyle. So our exercise therapy programs, they encourage movement and they're more prescriptive, again, meaning it's tailored to your needs. So if you're joining us today because let's say you've been experiencing some form of pain or stiffness, or you just simply want to incorporate more movement into your daily routine, Hinge Health is here to help. So now that you know our founder story and the frustrations that they felt and how Hinge Health came to be, we're going to take a little bit of a deeper dive into what sets us apart from the rest. So we've built a new kind of clinic for joint and muscle pain. And again, it's all centered on you, your life, and your individual needs. This is one of my favorite slides in the presentation that showcases traditional physical therapy versus what Hinge Health really does. And now a couple things I like to highlight from this slide is the 1 year access on your in your current program. It's based on that particular one from the time that you sign up. So once you finish that one, you are more than welcome to apply for another, and that entire calendar year starts over again. There are also zero out-of-pocket expenses on your end. The program itself, as well as all associated equipment that you receive from us, is completely covered by IQVIA. Since this is also a digital program, you eliminate the need to commute to an actual physical office, which saves you both time and money, and you don't have to plan an hour to 2 hours out of your day in order to go and come back. And then one of the biggest benefits that I really like about the program myself is that you get unlimited messaging access with your physical therapist and health coach as much as you like. And again, there's still zero cost for that as well. Versus traditional physical therapy offices where you really only get to ask those questions when you go in. And most times, if you happen to call, they're going to ask you to schedule a visit, to come on into the office. And again, you still have to plan another hour, 2 hours out of your day. Whereas this is at your fingertips 24/7. And then you'll also have video visits as well available to schedule with your PTs or your health coach. With your PTs, the exact amount per year does vary by state, but they will know the exact amount. So if you have any questions about that, definitely reach out to your PT. So now, whether you're joining us today because you need care for a recent or past injury, you're preparing for or possibly recovering from a recent surgery, you deal often with muscle stiffness, or you just want to build healthier habits, we have you covered for all of your muscle and joint needs. And of course, for spouses and dependents 18 years or older, also on a Blue Cross Blue Shield of South Carolina plan, this is offered to them at no additional cost as well, and they get the same exact benefits that you do. So now that we've covered some of the background information, we're going to get into more about what the program's all about. So first, I'd like to kick things off with just a quick video demonstrating what the app looks like, and then we'll dive into a little bit more detail afterwards.
Welcome to Hinge Health, a personalized program to reduce your pain and get you stronger and healthier. You get a new exercise therapy session to do each day, or at least a few days a week. They're tailored for your pain and goals and take less than 15 minutes. You can also do more exercise sessions to treat other pain areas. You get your own physical therapist who customizes your exercises and a health coach who helps you stay on track. You can message your care team at any time at no cost to you. Reach out to your PT if you want to make any changes to your program. And you get a library packed with expert tips on pain relief and healthy lifestyle changes. Hinge Health works best when you make it a habit. Members who do exercise therapy consistently experience a 68% reduction in pain in their first 12 weeks. Let's get moving.
All right. So Hinge Health offers exercise therapy created and customized for you by our expert medical team. So your exercises will continue to be monitored and adjusted as needed by your physical therapist. The app provides detailed directions for each exercise, whether that's how many reps you're going to do or how long to hold a pose. It'll also show you how to do the exercise, even if it's something you've never seen before. Communication is also key. The more you collaborate with your team, the more personalized your experience will be. Care team access, again, will be at your fingertips as you navigate these exercises each week through the convenient My Care tab in the app, which I'll get into in just a moment. And although equipment is not required to complete your program, you will have the ability to unlock free equipment as you navigate your exercises and you progress through your playlist each week. So next, I'm going to share some of the technology highlights that you'll experience throughout the program as well. And first, I like to start with your daily playlists. So as you progress through your program, this will change throughout your journey, and your playlist will become more challenging as you progress each week. The exercises each day are designed to work the whole body area of concern, not just the joint area. So next, we have our True Motion. Now, this is an optional feature. However, we do recommend that you keep this turned on. It is a technology that does guide you through your exercises and gives you real-time audio and visual feedback on your form using your device's camera. So as you can see in the middle picture there, you just set it on the ground in front of you, and then it basically just it measures how you're doing the exercise itself. And then if you're going out of alignment with the way the exercise should be, it actually notifies you and lets you know. Next is the My Care tab, which is the one you'll find on the far right. Again, the My Care tab is where you'll find both your PT and your health coach. This is where you'll be able to send them a message, you'll be able to schedule a video visit, and again, video visits, if you do happen to schedule one, takes place through this same tab as well. So everything takes place through the app. So next, I'd like to introduce you to Enzo. So Enzo is a groundbreaking wearable technology for pain management that is both non-addictive and non-invasive. Enzo uses electrical nerve stimulation to address musculoskeletal pain without drugs or surgery. So many of you have maybe heard of something similar called a TENS unit. The way Enzo differs from this is that Enzo is actually completely wireless and it penetrates deeper than a TENS unit actually does. It covers a more broad area, as you can see in the picture. The gel pads have changed a little bit, but they still cover a much larger area, and the Enzo device penetrates the entire area. So you're really getting a lot more relief versus, the TENS unit having a very small square pad and having to be hooked up with wires. So you can use this during your exercise therapy playlists when it's used in tandem with that. And then you can also use it during daily activities if you wanted to that could be restricted by pain. And like your daily playlists, your Enzo sessions will be found in the app as well. So in order to get your Enzo device, if you're interested in this, simply reach out to your care team, and then you'll be directed to submit your Enzo application to our clinical team. So from there, they will review, and if determined clinically eligible, your Enzo device will be shipped directly to you. Your coach and physical therapist can also provide you with Enzo support should you need it at any time. So here's how Hinge Health comes in. So we cover all major muscle groups and joint areas, and we follow evidence-based guidelines, which means we've looked at the literature, the research, And we base the entire program approach on proven methods of care. So doing so has allowed us to expand our programs from solely helping users manage their chronic back and joint pain to being able to offer digital programs that address all of your back or joint needs, meaning you can work on up to 3 body areas all at the same time. We also offer tailored support for pre and post-op surgery, recent injury, and prevention. And as you can also see in this picture, we do also have a dedicated women's pelvic health program that has 4 different programs in it as well. So if you're interested in any of those, simply you would just sign up for the program, or if you have any questions about it, we're more than happy to help. So technology and exercise therapy are both big components of our program, but so are the people behind them. So we're going to talk a little bit more about who makes up your care team now. So first are our physical therapists. You will be assigned a physical therapist immediately upon joining the program. Our physical therapists provide guidance on exercise, posture, and lifestyle changes to improve strength, flexibility, and overall function while they monitor your progress and provide support along the way. Our DBTs lead the entire care team by their carefully curated programs, and they can further personalize this as they work with you individually. Your exercises will continuously be monitored and adjusted as needed by your physical therapist as well. And as I mentioned before, should you have any questions at all, need any support, you'll be able to message either of our care team members through the My Care tab in the app as well. So next, I'd like to talk about our health coaches. So after you've completed a couple sessions in the app, you will work one-on-one with your health coach on creating a lifestyle that allows you to flourish in your overall well-being. Our coaches will work in partnership to help you reach your individual goals. You know you best, so they'll follow your lead. Our coaches will help hold you accountable to those goals that you set surrounding your exercise therapy program, as well as any other healthy lifestyle goals that you might have. So, if you have a nutrition plan you follow, a weightlifting routine you use, you want to figure out how to implement it into, let's say, if you go to the gym all the time, or if you need advice on sleep, stress management, or nutrition, they're always here to help. Just know that they can't prescribe either of these for you. However, they will offer their support and encouragement along the way. All right. So I'm going to recap. We've talked a little bit about, what and who we are, along with how we provide the level of care that we do, along with your care team members. So now we're going to shift our focus to 2 of our members who have benefited from the Hinge Health program so far. So first, I'd like to introduce Mark. So Mark is a middle-aged man who he describes what he describes as a kinetic lifestyle. He was a gymnast and a diver in high school, has done martial arts, and exercised consistently throughout his 30s and early 40s. In his early 50s, he started to experience chronic pain in his lower back and knees. So, in his own words, Mark shared, "I was on a business trip, and my back went into spasms that were so bad I couldn't even stand up straight. There were times when the pain in my knees and the sciatica had me walking downstairs in slow motion, but also upstairs in slow motion, hanging onto the handrail not just for balance, but to kind of pull myself up the stairs. The Hinge program that I started was first for the lower back. It was probably around the 3rd or 4th week that I began to feel stronger. I'll do 2 or 3 workout sessions with a playlist, and then I'll level up into the next playlist. He does it every single day. It always takes 2 to 3 weeks to sort of build up the steam when you start the new playlist because you're learning the new exercises. Another great thing about Hinge is that they start you off at a very manageable level." All right, I thought I was going to sneeze. There's a gentle ramp up, but then it keeps evolving and changing in a way that keeps you motivated and keeps it interesting. And you can always go back and redo earlier playlists as well if you need to. So if Mark could leave you with some advice, he would say, fill out the application today. It only takes a few minutes, and then and it's very easy to get started, and it's easy to sustain once you get into it. I also encourage you to read the articles carefully because they impart a lot of knowledge that really supercharge the effect of the exercises afterwards. And also, if you need any help, don't hesitate to reach out to your health coach because they will absolutely be there for you. So next, We're going to let Jen tell you her story directly.
After my mother passed, I had so much depression. I really didn't want to go to work every day, but I was kind of in shock and on autopilot, taking all of her items and putting them away. It was just a tremendous job to do. Of course, that involved a lot of shoulder movement as well. My shoulder pain was so terrible. It would interfere in my work duties, interfere with my typing, and I knew that I needed to seek help for my pain. I found out about Hinge Health through our state website at work. I saw that it offered help for chronic pain. My pain was so unmanageable at that point. I figured, what did I have to lose? When I first joined Hinge, I was in such a state of depression. I wasn't doing it very often. And my coach, Sarah, she would always check in. That would encourage me to get back on the app. Sarah was always willing to help me succeed in the journey. I started exercising more. I started walking. I come into work early. I have an hour routine workout. And then during my lunchtime, I usually do my Hinge Health program in my office. So Hinge has really changed the way I've created positive habits in my life for health and wellness. My attitude became so contagious and enthusiastic. My family could see it, my sister could hear it in my voice. They saw that spark of life come back to me. I would tell somebody considering Hinge Health that you have absolutely nothing to lose. Just try it. It's all tailored to you, regardless of what kind of pain you have going on. Hinge Health has given me that confidence to come home and not experience depression while I'm packing away items. It's joy that my mother would have wanted me to feel. I have such hope for a wonderful journey in this life. And I have Hinge Health to thank for that prospect.
Right, so now let's connect the dots between our member stories and the impact of movement. So did you know that chronic pain and depression share neural pathways that affect the same region of the brain? It's true. Though our programs are not specifically designed to target mental health, our clinical outcomes show that by taking control of your pain, it may help start a ripple effect that has positive impacts on other facets of your well-being. The Hinge Health program focuses on providing education, resources, and supporting the person as a whole. Though your journey with Hinge Health starts with building a foundational and consistent habit of exercise therapy, the goal of the program is to help you regain control over your chronic pain so that you feel healthier mentally and physically. Daily movement and exercise is also known to provide anxiety relief, reduce stress, and improve cognitive function. So all of this brings light to the bottom line that when you combat your chronic pain with daily movement through programs such as Hinge Health, it can be a win-win for both your mind and body. So next, I'd like to tell you my story. So I've grown up being outside my entire life. Board sports, hiking, fishing, boating, you name it. I've played just about every sport out there as well. But the most consistent for me was soccer for 14 years. By the end of my soccer career, my ankles and knees were both battered to the point where I couldn't really walk or run without having to wear a brace every single day. It was something I truly did not enjoy, but it was essential to managing my pain every day. My parents and coaches at the time all suggested going to physical therapy on trying to improve it, but I did that for a year. And after the same routine every single time that I went in, I honestly didn't notice any difference. I was still in a brace at the end of the day, and I vowed to never go back. Something many people probably have had the same thought. Fast forward to a little over 2 years ago when I started working with Hinge Health, I decided to give it a try again, thinking to myself, well, what do I have to lose? So to my amazement, every day was different. And I'm happy to say that I no longer have to go through the program for my knee. I actually don't have to wear a brace on my knee anymore. And as you can see, well, Much older picture, my daughter's now about 2.5, and I'm chasing her around the house all the time. She always wants me to toss her up and down, uh, you know, doing motions that are really putting a lot of stress on my knee, and I don't feel the pain anymore. So, as I mentioned before, you can change your area of focus when you finish yours. So, I've actually changed mine to both my ankle and lower back because, well, all the movements have given me different pain to my lower back that I never had before. And I use my Enzo device in addition to that as well. So, making positive changes in your life definitely can help. And the program really does help make a big difference in my everyday. So after hearing all these impactful testimonials, I'm sure you're thinking, how do I join? And where do I sign up? So now we're going to talk about the next steps. Well, the first step is to apply. So for those who've joined us today, you can simply scan the QR code on the screen, or you can type that URL into the address bar at the top of your browser, and then you'll be able to apply for the apply through the application. Feel free to share as much or as little as you like. Just know that the more that you're comfortable with sharing, the easier it is for your care team to personalize this program to meet your individual needs. As I've mentioned before, this program is 100% covered by Acuba. There are no out-of-pocket expenses at all, even when you converse with our PTs through the app. So next, you'll then download the Hinge Health app and sign in using your phone number. It'll jump into the first session, which is more like a tutorial, and it consists of 2 to 3 simple movements. And it's really just meant to show you how to follow along and what to expect, and should take less than 5 minutes to do from start to finish. You can provide feedback on those movements, which goes directly to your PT, and it actually flags them on our side so they know exactly what's going on. And then they can also personalize the program better from there. And if you need any further help with your program, there's a team of people dedicated to helping you get started and set up. That happens to be us. Once done, this opens up the door to everything else the program has to offer. You'll be able to schedule your reminders to help build a good habit. You'll unlock free exercise equipment when you're ready for it throughout your program. And then you'll also have your health coach and PT reach out to you directly through the app, introducing themselves and trying to get to know you better. How quickly you progress through your program is completely up to you based on your activity level in the app. Movements will become more challenging as you work through your way through, so keep going, even if it seems a little easy to start. So at this point, you now qualify for the Yoga Mat incentive, and you'll be able to claim this by referring to the email that you received originally. So that will come in as soon as you, right after you finish setting everything up, you'll receive the email in order to claim that. If you have any questions about it, you'll be able to reach out to your care team for more assistance. So I'll go ahead and leave this slide up for a few minutes. And if anybody else has any questions, now's a great time to put it into the chat. And I'm more than happy to help answer them.
While we wait for those, Williams, I got a couple of direct messages. So I will start with those. The first one was, I used Hinge Health for the first time recently. Some knee pain came on quickly and inexplicably. It was great. An actual doctor chatted with me in the app and sent personalized exercises to me, which were very easy to follow. She also checked in on me occasionally, and it was all free. Highly recommended. So that is a wonderful statement.
That's awesome to hear. I'm glad you had a great experience as well.
So that is amazing. Thank you so much for sharing. One says, I have a question about what he said about family members. Can family members who are not enrolled in IQVIA benefits qualify to use the program? For example, an older sibling or parent. I can take that one. The answer, unfortunately, is no. They have to be a covered entity on the program, a covered employee or dependent. So my apologies for that.
Yeah. The only thing to that is, if they are working with an employer that, with a different employer that might have the Hinge Health benefits, they would just need to check with their HR benefits team to see if we are offered through them in that case, if they're not enrolled on the same medical plan. That's the only other way to go about it, but that's the only thing that I would like to add.
Thank you. I did get, I'm having computer problems. Would you please send me the recording over when this is over? Thank you. We are recording this session, and this session will be shared with your HR departments, and they will distribute accordingly. I believe sometimes they send out emails to everyone, and sometimes if you request it, they can get the information to you as well. This one's to me. Hi, William. Can you tell me if you have had any success with any veterans 30 plus years old battle wounds?
I'm not exactly sure about, what it means by what you might mean by battle wounds. Depending on what it is. So the Hinge Health program, I mean, obviously I've gone through it myself. I'm not a veteran. However, and again, thank you for your service. However, with the extensive injuries that I've had, and that I've experienced just in my personal life, so I'm just using myself as an example here. The my knee, I tore my meniscus in two separate places, and I don't mind sharing that because it's not, it's for me, it's not that big of a deal. But a part of the program, again, it's not just focusing on the joint area itself. It also focuses on the entire muscle group surrounding the joint to help rebuild the strength, which helps alleviate a lot of and take a lot of that pressure off of the joint areas. So, in that sense, again, I don't have to wear a knee brace anymore, something to help support it because my muscles around my knees are strong enough to, they're strong enough to support it. And that's something that, I continue working on each day, even though I've changed my program specifically to, the ankle and lower back now. I still do knee exercises to ensure that I keep up with them. And I've started incorporating that into, my workout regimens as well. Because again, the amount of stress and things that we put on those joint areas, it certainly does help. Now again, your case might be different. Again, when it comes to battle wounds, I don't know exactly how specific that gets, but if it's any of the different joint areas, the chronic joint areas that we work on, which hands, ankles, elbows, shoulders, neck, upper back, lower back, hips, knees, ankles, feet, anything like that, it will certainly help with all of it. I definitely can say that. So I definitely at least encourage you to give it a try. Again, it doesn't cost you anything. So it's not like you're not out of pocket for anything that you do try in the program. And I wish you all the best with it.
Good deal. He gave you the thumbs up. So I think he understands. This next question, this program seems great. I recently started physical therapy sessions locally, so I was wondering if it's okay to supplement with your program.
Great question. It absolutely is. So the you're more than welcome to. We get that actually quite a bit. We have a lot of people also going for, let's say, like chiropractors. I go to my chiropractor for my lower back 3 times a week right now, and there's no issue with it overlapping. We are also more than happy to work with your in-person PT as well. And that's something you just reach out to our PT. Once you're in the program working through it, just let them know, and then they're more than happy to work with them as well, or any sort of doctor's orders that you might have. We're more than happy. But yes, absolutely.
Good deal. This one's for me. Is this covered 100% by Acuba and zero to the employee? Yes. If you are currently on the Acuba medical plan, then it is zero out-of-pocket cost to you. Is there preventative maintenance available?
Yes. So so the program itself, you don't have to be experiencing pain in order to use it. We have many members that use it for preventative. We also have a balance program, for members that are just wanting to work on improving their balance. We work on a lot of different things. So yes, you absolutely can use it for preventative.
Question for the host: how do I get $10 for participating at this meeting? Everyone who registered correctly, and when I say registered correctly, if you put in your Blue Cross Blue Shield ID number correctly, then that list gets sent to Personify in order for you to get the credit for attending this session. So there's nothing more that you need to do. As long as you entered your information correctly in the registration process, we will get that information to you so that you can get credit. We do ask that you do give it 3 to 4 weeks in order to see it in the Personify app. If you were already a member years ago and you just rejoined, do you still qualify for the massage gun?
So if you just signed up as like a new like for a new account, I'm assuming, then yes, that will qualify for the massage gun incentive.
Okay, that is all that I have directly to me.
Okay.
I don't believe I see any more to everyone unless you can see something. For anyone who is here, if you do have any additional questions, now would be a great time to put it in the chat and get the answers. I did get a direct that said great presentation in all caps. So thank you, William.
I appreciate it. Thank you
so much. Let me see. See another one. These are all thank yous. So everyone, thank you so much for joining us. We greatly appreciate it. And hopefully you guys can take advantage of the Hinge Health program. I have used it myself for sciatic pain and it was amazing. So for those who are experiencing pain, we do encourage you to try it.
Absolutely. And again, thank you all for your time today. And again, if you have any questions at all, please feel free to reach out to us at any time. The only thing that I would like to add is, again, any sort of communication you receive from us, it's always a person behind it. So we don't use bots over here for that. So we are more than happy to help at any time. So please just reach out. And I do hope you all have a fantastic rest of the day as well.
Thank you so much, William. It was a great presentation. We appreciate your help.
Thank you.
Thank you, William.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
everybody.
You.
All right, William. I guess I will see you around town. I hope you have fun with that beautiful baby.
Thank you. I will see you around. I hope you have a wonderful day.
All right. Thank you so much.